Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. Welcome to part 7 of my Giving Gifts workshop series. In this tutorial you're going to learn how to create this Snowflake Treat Box. The box actually has a lid that's white with a window of Balmy blue behind it. So it's not actually a colored piece of paper. I'm going to show you how to use the Stampin' Blends to color your white cardstock. And then on the bottom, you are going to use Balmy blue for the bottom of your box. I'll show you how to embellish the box. And then instead of using the typical stamp set, which you can use if you want, I know you have it, or some of you have it. Anyway, instead of using Merry, which we've been not overusing, but we use Merry a lot, we're going to use this one from Banner Year. And it's a Treat So Sweet. Just on a little rectangle, and you know, if we get that far, we'll just see how time permits. So now what I want to do is, as promised, I'm not going to open these boxes now because I'm going to get all inky and everything. So like what I'm going to do is just show you some boxes that we made last time. I promised I'd show you what was inside, and at the end, after I clean my hands a little bit, I will show you at the end what's inside. But as promised, in the last part, because I did that one at my sink, it was part 6 of this Giving Gifts workshop series. So Giving Gifts workshop series is all about using this stamp set here, Time of Giving stamp set. It's a bundle. It's 10% off when you get the bundle. The Giving Gifts dies, gift giving dies, I should say. And these Tailor Made Tags dies. So in every video in this entire series, we're going to use one of these products, whether it be Tailor Made Tags dies. In this case, we're going to use this die here, and we'll even use the Snowflake from the Giving Gifts dies, or we'll use this stamp set. So that's what we've done in the entire series. At the end of this video, I'll kind of go over what we've been doing in the series so far. So now, what I did, and then in part 6, I also I'm glad you liked your Happy Mail, Kathy. You're very welcome. Okay. In part 6, I went over my sink and we did all the spritzing. So we took the mini paper pumpkin boxes, which were in your kit. Okay, and I showed you how, and you had a spritzer in your kit, and you learned how to use the spritzing technique. Okay, and we stamped the boxes and everything else. So I'll show you some ideas of what's inside these later, just to give you some gift giving ideas. And let's see, these are ones that are just spritz without, I don't think these have something inside them, but it just adds so much dimension when you spritz something. Okay, and this is Pool Party Spritzing and Balmy Blue Spritzing, and I really liked the Balmy Blue Spritzing better. And I showed you how you can get close to the box and make it kind of solid, or you can get far away and make it splattered. And then I just want to show you my fall boxes and get these out of the way because I need lots of room for my crafting. These are my fall boxes. This is using Cajun Craze to spritz onto craft. This one, using Cajun Craze. This one is using Cajun Craze to spritz onto the white mini pizza box. So you can turn a box into fall, and I know you can make it kind of even look like blood splatter. If you want to do something for Halloween, you could do something with the real red color, which would be lots of fun. All right, so we'll hopefully open those later. So now what you need is we're going to get a trimmer, okay, and the scoring tool. That just rolled on the floor. So you're going to take your thick, basic white cardstock. All these products can be purchased at my Stampin' Up store if you don't already have them, or if you didn't get a kit earlier. And there might be 1 or 2 kits left, but I'm really moving on to Eden's Garden, which is my next process, my next workshop for December or January. But we're wrapping this one up in November. 159229 is the thick basic white cardstock. The difference is you get 24 sheets in a pack as opposed to the regular basic white cardstock, where you get 40 in a pack. And basic white's thinner, but when you're making boxes and lids, we want to make this box, you know, with the thicker one. All right, measurements. I know you guys all like the measurements, and I'm going to eventually catch up my blog and put them all on there. I know I did the measurements for the Santa box, which was part 2. This is going to be a very similar thing. So let me get a piece of paper, because you're always asking me, where are your notes? Where are the measurements? And I'm like, not my strong suit. Videos are more my thing, but I do like to give you all the dimensions, and I do a lot of experimentation. So we're going to say the box, so this is the top of the box. The bottom of the box is going to be the same, but top, and then the bottom is smidgen, I don't even know how to spell it, D-G, smidgen, I don't even know if that's like a smidgen smaller. So this is going to be a smidgen smaller when you make the bottom of the box is going to be the same as the top, but you make the bottom a smidgen smaller so that it folds and the top fits over it. But other than that, they're going to be the same. So top and bottom really is just going to be 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Okay, let's go ahead and we can actually just, I'm going to show you my smidgen trick for cutting both at once. So remember I said you had to have this one a smidgen smaller? Here's a smidgen trick I don't think I've shown you before. So when you're cutting both your box top and bottom, right, and you need it to be 5 inches wide, you can take the bottom of your box, which is your Balmy blue, and you can move it over a smidgen in the first place and just cut it like that. And it just makes it easy because then you don't have to cut it separately. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. A smidgen is a 1/16 of an inch about, and we do have 1/16 of an inch on here. So 5 inches. So the white should be out to the 5 inches. Okay, that is a smidgen smaller. Right, cut both at once. Let's do the same for this side. Okay, watch what I do. I'm turning it this way and I'm going to move this over like a smidgen. So when I cut the bottom, it'll be a smidgen smaller. And you just do this, rinse and repeat. Make lots of boxes at once. Don't make just one box. Okay, 5 inches by 3 3/4. 3 3/4. Okay, top of your box, bottom of your box. Look at the bottom of your box. It's still 5 3/4, but it's just a smidgen smaller. Okay, while I'm at it, I already got this all measured. Let's just go ahead and do it. 3 3/4. Move that one over at the top, so like that. 3 3/4. And I didn't do my math here. Did I even have enough for 3 3/4? No, this one's not, but we'll make it some other size box here. This one's going to be a 3 1/2 box because we're not wasting our paper. This box will just be a little smaller later, that's all. It might not hold my Ghirardellis, but, right, I'm already got my smidgen all set up. All right, sorry for my other phone is beeping. I'm getting lots of messages about my team trying to get into this conference we're watching and etc. And it just keeps binging and I forgot to turn off the sound. All right, here we go. Now, do we need anything else? Oh yes, we need a window. Okay, oh, I just threw that paper over there. We need a window while we're doing the trimmer. And I shouldn't have thrown my paper all the way across the table. Okay, so we need the Balmy blue for our window. So let's see. So this is going to be, the top is going to be white. The bottom is going to be Balmy blue. All right, so the top is white. So now the window. So now you've seen me make windows out of acetate. So, right, we've made windows out of acetate. This time we're making a window, solid window. We're making it out of Balmy blue. So we're going to still score. I'll talk about scoring in a minute. Window is 3 1/4 times 2. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Put that over there for a second. 3 1/4. Let's see if we have 3 1/4. Nope, we don't have it that direction. We don't have 3 1/4. We're gonna have to go this direction. 3 1/4. And by 2 inches. Okay, let's visualize that. Let's visualize what's happening here. This is going to be the window in the top of the box, see? This is going to be the window so you can see the snowflakes clearly. Let's do that again. Let's make a couple windows while we're here. Right, I said 3 oh, I do have 3 1/4. I don't know why I was measuring the wrong way. 3 1/4, okay, 3 1/4. I do have 3 1/4 by 2. I'm going to go ahead and make a couple windows. I'll just make one more for good measure. I'm going to be making more of these boxes later. I'm at least saving one of everything from the entire series because those crafty friends who are doing my whole series with the kit are going to be part of my drawing. And they're going to get one of each of my projects, or at least something similar. All right, we're done with the trimmer. I mean, unless you're not really done with the trimmer, you could do something like this while we're here. I mean, let's just do this. Let's just get about a 1/2 inch. Make a couple of these strips. 1/2 inch strips. sometimes I mess these up when I'm doing the Treat So Sweet. So I'm just going to make a couple of them. Right? They can be a little less than 1/2 inch, but I'm just doing, I'm sorry, did I say half? I think I meant 1/4. No, I did mean 1/2. So about 1/2 inch. See, these were a little bit less because I used a die here. But let's just say 1/2 inch for the Treat So Sweet. And we'll make it, let's just see how long that is. That I didn't write down because I was using a die. So what's that about? 2 1/4? Let's try it. We'll go ahead and write that down for you too if it measures out. I'm just going to do 2 of these at once. And when you're going to stamp onto something, make a bunch of extra. See how that looks? Yep, that works. 2 1/4. Because I'm making a bunch of extra, a Treat So Sweet. When you have short paper, it's better to push your blade up, right? Because the blade, right, it's better to go up because then things don't get wonky. So now I got a bunch of these. I can do a Treat So Sweet. And this might even fit it. So let's just write down what that was, and then I can get rid of the trimmer. So we are going to say sentiment. Oops, that's on top of, can't write on top of your scoreboard. Sentiment is, we have 2 1/4 times 1/2 inch. All right, so now let's do the scoring of the box. Turn this around. This is a simply scored. You could score with your trimmer, but we're going to score with our simply scored because I like that better, and that's what I've been using throughout the series. So let's go ahead and score everything. And now I'll give you that, and that's going to be 7/8 of an inch. 7 score. This is all around. We don't do math here. We don't have to do a lot of math. We're just going to say score at 7/8 on all sides. Don't worry when people tell you score on the right side, this, bottom, top, blah, blah, blah. No, just everything's always the same on all sides. So don't try to do, and whenever someone tells you score at, 1 inch and such, just try to go and score at the same amount on every side. So what I'm saying is 7/8 of an inch, and I just go like this. It's like I'm just doing the same on every side. 7/8 of an inch. And I'm doing this to the top and the bottom of the box. Okay? So I'm just going to keep going. I could probably do 2 at once, but it's just easier when I do 1 at a time. Gets the groove. Get into the groove. Okay, so you're visualizing, hopefully, that this was the window. So let's check it out. Let's check it out. See how the window fits in there? Huh. Does it fit in there? 7/8 of an inch. It's probably a little bit tight, but it fits in there. Okay? 7/8. So I wanted the window to be exactly the size of that. Okay, 7/8 of an inch. If not, we trim it a little bit, but it worked for me in my experimentation. I always do all the experimentation so you don't have to. You can just use my measurements, mass produce, bring them to a craft fair, sell them. I mean, give them as stocking stuffers, gifts. Make them for the kids' teachers. Have at it, right? There you go. That's what crafting's all about. It's like you got to share. If you don't share what you make, there's no point in doing it, right? All right, I think I'm done with all the scoring. So now we need a little bit of, die cutting, okay? But so when you die cut, you should use a little bit of painter's tape, and I don't know if I grabbed it, but we will see what happens here. Now let's see. So first you got to see, does your small trimmer, no, maybe. Let me see if I can fit that in there. It just barely fits in there, okay, the mini embosser. Now if it doesn't fit in the mini one, you'd have to use your big one. So we're going to use the mini embosser, mini stamping, we're not embossing, but we're mini the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So the sandwich is plate 1. Oops, let's get this out of it. Sandwich is plate 1. And you need 2 plate 2s. You need a plate 2 for the bottom, and you need a plate 2 for the top. Okay? The bottom is more of like the scratch one, and the top is one you're trying to preserve and not get as warped. You don't want to put these into the mini trimmer like this. Never put them in like this. You'll have a hard time. You may have seen my summer workshop when I did the workshop on the Butterfly Brilliance, and I couldn't get this through the machine with the sticker paper. It was very tight. So if you go like this and you stagger it a bit, like that, and you try to put them through, it really does help get these through the machine. So that's the sandwich. And then you're putting this down, and we're going to put the die on top. So that's what the whole point of this is. That's how we're getting this window. So we need the white piece, and we're putting the die on top. The die, and we made extras in case we mess up. And the die is from the Giving Gifts dies. And it's this one here. And you would probably normally use a piece of painter's tape to hold it in place. And I'm just looking around, like I always have it with me, except for maybe right now. But we're looking right now. We're just going to look around at my box of crafty goodness and see if there's anything I can use. A little sticky note, perhaps. That sticky note is, yeah. I found a piece of sticky note, so we're good. I always have something around. So we just use a little piece of sticky note or something to hold that in place. Turn it down, right? Turn it down like that. Like so that the metal part is down. Notice how, just notice on this die how I left a margin. That is for your adhesive or your glue, okay? We can actually glue the box this time. We're not using rolling adhesive. So you need a little bit of a 1/4 inch margin. Whenever you make your boxes and you're using these windows, and you can use this and change the dimensions, of course, of what I showed you. But whenever you do that, you want to leave yourself a 1/4 inch margin. So that's for your adhesive to get your window to stick onto your box. Okay, now we're going to hold this on there with sticky tape. Not sticky tape, with, that is a sticky note, I should say, not sticky tape. I'm just using another piece of a sticky note here. They do make sticky note tape, actually. People have been telling me about that. I think I found it the other day. I found low-tack artist tape the other day. I was like, oh, in my craft room. These are things I just find in my craft room. So I was like, I got to bring that out sometime for the die cutting. Okay, so see what I'm doing? I'm just rolling this through. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay. Now we're going to poke out all the little bits. And we'll have a nice window for our box. Okay, go like that. Shake it up. Shake it up, baby, now. Just do this. Just poke them out and then get your pokey tool. Pokey tool is really the name for the take your pick tool. Poke out all the bits. And you have a brilliant little box with a window. And then I'll give you some little tips for assembling the box with my little clothespin trick, if you haven't already seen my clothespin trick. Okay, so we will put the window there and see how it looks. Let's check it out. There's the window. Okay, and that's how we do our box. And that's pretty much, I mean, don't leave. We got lots more. We're going to do blending, you know, lots of more stuff. But that's pretty much, if you understand this part of the tutorial, you can make the box, right? That's all you got to, that's all there is to it. But now let's do some blending and some other stuff. Hi, Betty. I should be saying hi to you guys as you come in here. Let me go back and say hi as I'm doing something with my little spatula. So you can kind of watch how I'm burnishing the edges and everything. And I'll be saying hi to you guys as I do this. And I'm looking for like a bone folder or a spatula to use. So this is something I like to use, a little spatula, when I'm burnishing the edges, right, of all my boxes. Good. I'm glad. I love Balmy Blue too. It's just a cool thing. So hi, Patty. And hi, Yvonne. Good to see you too. I was watching the on stage. We had some technical difficulties, but I think it's back up. I'm going to watch the recordings. Hi, Kathy. Glad you liked your Happy Mail. Hello, Jeanne from Southern Oregon. I'm glad you're liking this series. I'm just putting my heart and soul into the series because giving gifts is like what I do most. I mean, I'm more of a 3D person than I am a card person, so I just love this series. And I love giving all the gifts out that I make, so I'm glad you like the series too. The stay-at-home mom, hello. Okay, Patty, hello, Patty. She's saying don't forget to like the video. Now what I'm doing is, by the way, after you burnish the edges, you just kind of cut these little triangles out of here like this. This is all just basic box making. And I actually teach how to make, I have a whole course on how to make boxes with your scan and cut. But you know what? It's therapeutic to make them by hand. And to really understand how to design your own boxes with the machines, you really should know how to make boxes without a machine. Then you can just visualize and be a 3D crafter. And you can just think in 3D, and then you could start designing boxes yourself. So you want to design your own boxes, or take that course with yours, you can just design them online and cut them with whatever machine you have. Even though I teach how to use the scan and cut, you could actually design the boxes and cut the SVG files with other machines as well. And I'm working on a course right now called Winter Projects, where there's a few different types of things in there. All right, so now what you do is we just leave it like that. Let's not do anything to it yet. Okay, I'm just gonna keep saying hi and do the bottom, because we need to do our blending brush before we start trying to put the window in there. Otherwise we'll have ink in all the wrong places, right? So Debbie Jorgensen is saying she caught me live again, and she also got wonderful happy mail from me. See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to send out your happy mail, guys. Don't make things and not send them. I'm glad you like your happy mail. That's awesome. She said, getting something in the mail always makes me happy. And don't worry that postage has gone up a little. In the US, it's 58 cents for a stamp. I mean, it's worth, like, it's priceless. Okay, priceless. Stamps, 58 cents. Get the forever stamps, though, you know, because then they go up, but then you have them. I never can keep them long enough before they go up. But anyway, it's priceless. What people feel, the way people feel with regular snail mail. And, you know, even though we can say happy birthday online to people, it's nice to send them cards in the mail. And then for Christmas, I do actually like a letter, but then I also do something crafty, and, you know, with a lot of my cards, like sometimes little bookmarks and stuff. But I actually do sort of like a form letter. Well, sometimes. But believe it or not, I do more 3D things. I send people more care packages than I don't really send your traditional cards. I do make loads of cards, but I usually give them to my crafty friends. And then I just, that one's giving me trouble over there. All right, but before I glue these, I want to show you about the smidgen. So you see how we made the bottom of the box. Even though we've done all this little things to it, we've done the mitering. This is called mitering the edges. This is called burnishing when we fold, but still it's a smidgen smaller. That's how the lid is going to fit over this. Let me show you my clothespins trick while we're here. So I go into Harbor Freight with my husband, and that's where I get these little clips work the best. They were like 99 cents at the checkout counter and worth their weight in gold, because I've just been using the heck out of them. They make giant ones of those to hold your, like, tablecloths and stuff on, you know, if the wind's blowing. They're just like little clamps, but I like them for box making. So you're just doing a little bit of glue, rub-a-dub-dub, rub it around a little bit, and then put the little clip on it to hold it. Boom, done. Rub it around a little bit, get rid of the extra glue, put the clip on it. Oops, got to put the clip on it, hold it. Okay, do this side, do this side. Anyone crafting along with me? I'd like to know. If anyone's making a box along with me. One of the things in my VIP group, like that, if you are making boxes, I have a challenge this month again, so sharing projects you make from this series. So that's all. Yeah, so, and then you just kind of do your thing. Now we can do our thing with the blending. I don't really think I brought a piece of scrap paper, believe it or not, of all this time. So let me just say, I didn't bring one of those, like, placemats. So I'm trying to think of, what am I going to do the blending on? Just another piece of, it's okay, because I'll use the other side of it later. I'm going to actually use a piece of white. Gosh, this is a brand, you would never usually use a piece of white to blend on top of, but we got to do something. So it's white on white, so I hope you can really see this. So what you're going to do is take your blending brushes, and I have a couple colors. And I want to show you, so how I blend. There's no right or wrong way. So I'm going to use Pool Party. I use Pool Party last, actually. I'm going to use Balmy Blue first and then Pool Party last. But you can see I put the colors on top here. And I like to use the little stamping blocks to put my ink on. I don't go blending directly into this, but I'm going to use Balmy Blue because it matches the bottom. Okay, so Balmy Blue. It's Balmy Blue and Pool Party, but let's put those right down there so you can see them. And what I like to do is take the stamping blocks and put the ink on those instead of putting the ink directly on the blending brush. That's just my own. Oh, I could use this. I found this. Okay, this will work. Put that under there. Oh, no, I won't ruin my piece of white. All right, so what you do is you pick, oh, here, let me just, before I get my hands all inky, because I have to be able to touch my phone to be able to see you guys, and then my hands are going to be really inky in a minute. So Deb Jorgensen already said hello, and Pamela from Colorado. Hello, Pamela from Colorado. Cold Colorado. Judy, hello. Hello, Betty. Hello, Kathy. Thank you, Kathy, for... Yvonne likes this combination. Anna is here too. And Nola and Polly. And she got her happy mail too. You're welcome. Okay. Also, Tanya. Yep. Pull your brother's scan it back out. Yeah. It's a lot less expensive than driving or flying there. Yvonne is saying with the... what I'm doing is I'm dipping my ink into I'm dipping the stamping block into the ink, right? Then what I'm going to do is put the ink onto my... I just find this works better than trying to dip right into here. Because when you dip right into here, you're going to get these big blobs all over your box. So now I'm going to tap and get the big first blob off. And then once you get the first blob off, you can do this. Okay? Well, it still made a little blob on the corner, but that's okay. Okay, I'm just going to kind of blend the top. I'm not going to blend the whole box, just I'm trying to blend around the edges. Okay, tap, tap, tap onto your stamping block. Tap the blob off down there. And then I'm sort of tapping. I want to keep the inside white because I want the white to stick out. You know, so I want the white part to stick out so the snowflakes are stark difference. Let's find the other one for a second so I can show you. See how I just blended with Pool Party and Balmy Blue the edges of this box. Then I rubbed a bunch of... glitter on it. So we'll do the glitter too. All right, so we're going to just try to repeat what I did earlier. You know, no two boxes are ever going to be alike. We're just trying to go around the edges is all I'm doing. Okay. Well, if you get a lot on the edges, we'll just add Pool Party to that. Okay. There. So I think that's good. So we're kind of going for this effect, sort of. Let's kind of, and then we're going to get some Pool Party now and kind of rub here. And since I got a little bit on there, I just kind of, sometimes if you get little blobs, you just rub it out. It's no big deal. All right, so you can use these brushes again, and you can even change color, but I just happen to have, you know, a bunch of different ones for different colors. Let's close. I think I'm done with the Balmy Blue. Let's see if I'm going to emboss a snowflake. Let's see. No, I probably have some snowflakes in my Crafty Goodness, so we don't even need another snowflake for that. As I think I already cut some snowflakes out for you guys. But the Pool Party, same process. You can use a different stamping block. Dip, dip. Right? Dip, dip into the Pool Party. Get your blending brush. Right? Rub it onto your stamping block. Tap, tap, tap to get the big chunk of it off. And then do it again. And now you get this really cool color. I just think it's a cool color. Mixing Balmy Blue and Pool Party. I mix those two a lot. They're my nice light blues. So I'm keeping these snowflakes. Don't color those two. Just color the edges of your box, because if you color the ones in the middle, the Balmy Blue won't stick out as much. Okay, so there you go. So that's what we're going for, this effect. And now I'm going to put the window in there. And these should all be dry. Okay. You don't want to leave them on there too long because they'll start pinching the sides, but we got the bottom of the box dry. Let's get the glue. And you could use tear and tape, okay? Tear and tape adhesive, but since you don't need to use that because you're not using an acetate window. If you have an acetate window, you definitely want to do that. But this time where you're putting a paper window. Paper windows are a lot easier to work with. But now you need either glue dots here. You got to get these snowflakes to stick to your window. And if you don't, you're going to end up with this glue, or not glue, you're going to end up with stuff getting stuck under your window. So I'm just going to use my finger. I have to spread it around, but because that's how I roll. I'm going to use my finger, but you can just use a Q-tip if you want. So I'm trying to get the glue to get all around there. So I do that. Okay, like just to get some glue around the middle. Okay, and now let me move that off. Well, here, I need to actually leave that on there. Okay, we're going to put the little window in there, the Balmy Blue window. When you put your window in, make sure your box is sort of closed a little. Close it a little like this, right? Just to get the window to fit right. That's another tip and trick for you. There's full of tips and tricks in this series. Ask me how I know. My window, if you don't do this and you try to close your box later, you're like, oops, my window wasn't straight. And da-da-da, we have our window. Okay, and now we're going to add the glitter later. We can add the glitter later, but let's do the gluing. Oops, I got some... Here, when you get some ink in there, just kind of go with it and put ink on both sides. Embrace your ink spots. So when you get ink in the wrong places, just ink the other side and make it look like you did it on purpose for effect. Okay, and now we're going to glue our edges and use our clips again. And in this series, I want you all to be hands-on. So like I didn't cut your paper for you and, you know, give you little bits to cut together. I gave you a whole piece of cardstock. Well, not only can you make a few boxes with your piece of cardstock, I gave you white and balmy blue in your kit. Like, I mean, you got to do it yourself. You only learn by doing things yourself. Okay, those are lame compared to the clamps. Did you see that? This kind of falls right off. So do it with your thicker boxes, but this falls right off. But I was just bringing them out to show you that you can use regular clothespins. Okay, my clamp just flew. And rub that around. Rub that around. Okay, this one should be dry already, so we're just going to go back and put it down there. It doesn't take long to dry. It's just that you need your hands free. You can't hold all four corners at once. All right, so now before it gets totally dry, this is another tip and trick for you. You want to make sure it fits on the bottom of your box. If not, now's the time to fix that situation, right? While you have glue that's still a little bit wet, because this glue is going to be so strong you're not going to be able to mess with it. But then you want to take it right back off, because any wet glue in here is not a good idea, because it'll stick to the bottom and the top of the box will stick together. So there we go. It's a perfect fit. But if it wasn't, now's the time to wiggle the top of your lid. But let's get it back out, because you don't want any glue oozing out and sticking the top and bottom of the box together. All right, so now that that's done, we can do our little treats are sweet, and we can do our glittering. But I'm thinking it's looking pretty good so far. What do you guys think? I hope you guys are doing it. I hope you guys like this project. Yeah, you can use sponges. Yes, of course you can use. So she's saying, you know, blender brushes, use the little. Let me see if I have any sponge daubers in my bucket. I mean, yeah, you would use the little sponge dauber here. So if you don't have a blending brush, you use one of these, and you can keep washing it and using it for different colors. Do the same thing I just showed you. Or use a regular sponge. We used to sell regular sponges. We used to sell rolling brairs. And then all else fails, use your fingers. But buy some sponges, guys. You can get sponges. You're a crafter, right? All right, so, but you can use, I mean, you just want to blend the ink in there lightly. All right, so we have our treats so sweet. Let's try to find that while and I'm also going to do the glittering at the same time, and I'm also going to be saying hi. I'm multitasking. This is such a great stamp set. This is one I use all the time. Banner year. Because it's so versatile. And so it's also like sort of see-through. Or, you know, it's photopolymer. So you can, right? Oh, here, this is how you do it, actually. This is the correct way. So you stick your stamp down face up, right? And then you put your block to it. That's how you actually do it. But it doesn't matter how you do it, but I'm saying that's the way to really get it on there good and straight. But the way I did it's fine, too. There's really no wrong way. Let's stand the glue back up. Let's find some ink. So for this inking up, I'm going to use Night of Navy, or if you don't have that, I just brought this for, so here, so Jen Fixter saying she just spent $400 on supplies. Oh, I have for her craft business, and hubby says suck it up and use a t-shirt. Yeah, exactly. Use a t-shirt. Well, you know what's funny is one time my husband and I made t-shirts. We made 27 t-shirts with this Udo machine that I bought, right? It was like a screen printing machine. I don't know, just for your story reminded me of the screen printing. Anyway, we spent I mean countless dollars making the. In the end, it was really fun. We learned a lot. We made 27 shirts. We had a good time. But I'm thinking, you know what? I'm just going to stamp onto some scrap paper first. I'm like, you know what? I should have bought the t-shirts as much as I spent on. Yeah, see, so you're just using a scrap paper to make sure that your stamp is inked up good. As much as I spent on that machine and the ink and the t-shirts, I had to go to like all these stores to find t-shirts. I think that's okay. It's just a little dirty. Yay, that came out good. I'm just looking for all those little pieces. Remember how many I made? And it's like, where'd they go? Oh, here they are. Here they are. I'm just trying to do them while I'm here. You know, while I'm here, just stamp them. These are the little 1/2-inch ones, rectangles. And if you can turn them into a little banner too. by pinching the edges a little. Not pinching the edges, but I mean making triangles in the edges. See, they got all dirty on my table. I don't know how. My table's not even dirty, and they got all... There we go. Yeah, some sides. Not dirty. I should say dusty. All right, good. Got enough of them. They're the only ones I can find. I mean, there's probably more that we made. So that was Night and Navy. But if you don't have a Night and Navy, use black. You want something different. So now we're going to blend that. So we can blend it with... Let's just use the Night and Navy from here. Okay? I mean, we'll use the Night and Navy that's already on our stamping block, right? Doesn't matter. But you see how I did it earlier with Balmy Blue. But let's go ahead and do it with Night and Navy. Just something a bit different because I don't have to open up the inks again. So again, tap, tap, tap down there. And just sort of start at the edges. Ooh, that came out cool. Ooh, I'm kind of liking that. Let's see how that looks. Oops, now I got ink on the other side, so that's gonna be weird. That one I messed up here. Let's do it again, but not as dark. A Treat So Sweet. Okay, I'm liking that one with the Night and Navy. Okay, but we'll do it again over here. I mean, I'm just inking these up so they're not so... And that one I'm gonna... So when that one got dark like that, see what I'm doing? I'm embracing my mistake. I could write a book about embracing mistakes, because that's what crafting really is, embracing all the... You just like cover it up. You can't even tell I smudged the ink on the other side now. The whole thing looks like it's supposed to be like this. So if you get ink on the side, just add more ink. That's all. All right, so where were we? We were doing the glitter. That's where we were. We're going to glitter it up. We're going to use some dimensionals to add, to add to it. We're just going to take a couple. We're not adding the treats to this box because I have enough other treats to show you. We're just finishing this box up though. So let's put the little dimensionals on there. These are called little or mini, not little, mini dimensionals. And we're going to put that on the box, but not until we add some glitter everywhere. Wink of Stella is a must. You can paint with it. You can dye your Wink of Stella. You can dye it with like putting, when I get down low, I enhance my Wink of Stella by adding some alcohol to it and stretching it out. But then I add re-inker to it. Then I really stretch it out. And then you can paint with it. Still don't throw it out. Even after it's totally empty, even after you use the re-inker and the alcohol, and then you have no glitter left, use it as a paintbrush. There'll be slightly a little bit glitter in there. So I have a bunch of these old Wink of Stella pens that I use as my paintbrushes. And I say paint, like you literally could just dip into the ink and just paint with them. You can glitter paint or just paint whatever's left in your brush. Not that you don't want to get brushes, but what's nice about this kind of brush is you can add stuff to the chamber and make it stretch out. Look at it, it's stuck to my hand. All right, so now what I'm doing is, okay, I got the snowflakes painted a little bit, and now I'm just kind of painting the whole edge of the box. Because why not? We gotta get this is winter scene here. We need some bling. And we're gonna put the Treat So Sweet on there, and a piece of nice, that was a nice piece of glittered organdy ribbon. Okay, great. Okay, well, I'm glad you like my tip. I have a whole video on how to change the color of your, let's see where we're gonna put this. You just look for any mistake you want to cover, and that's where you put it. But this one doesn't really have mistakes on it. There's a little bit of weird stuff under there. That something got stuck under there. I don't know what. Little piece of dust or something. Maybe you can't even see that. Okay, so I'll stick it right there. Right there, because that's where it's going. Okay, and then we put the little glittered organdy ribbon. And we'll put our treats in there. Here, I have just to... Here, we got some. I got some treats. We'll just add the treats to it. Just it. I mean, just to show you what fits in here. These are fun. These are little encouraging Three Musketeers. Let's see if two of those will. Well, nope. Okay, only one of those fits in there with this and a little candy cane. A mini Mentos, a candy cane. Boom. And then you take your glittered organdy ribbon and you just, instead of tying it in a bow, all right, I said I wasn't going to stuff it, but we had to stuff it. I'm just not going to open that one because I have too many other boxes to open. But we did stuff it, couldn't help myself. So I kind of do this, and sometimes I don't do bows. Instead of doing a bow, I just do a little knot, and it's cute. But, you know, you can do a bow too. So you just kind of do that, and then you do a little cute knot. I'm afraid not. All right, and then you just sort of get the little angle right. Oop, shorter, it needs to be shorter. Oh no, actually it doesn't need to be shorter. Let's see how long that one is. A little, I think it's good. And if ink gets on your ribbon, that's okay, because glittered organdy ribbon is okay to have ink on it. And voila, we have finished our project. Oh, we need a little bit of bling from our crafty goodness here. Let's see what we have in here. Some snowflakes, here we go. We're gonna put a snowflake on there that has glitter already cut out of glitter. This is from your dies, by the way, from the Giving Gifts dies. But I cut a lot of these at once, so I don't have to cut them all in every video. Come on, you're stuck together. And what I'm gonna do though, is because the box is white, so here's another tip and trick for you. Just get your ink, right? Get your ink from your stamping block. In fact, whenever you're done stamping, don't waste the ink from your stamping block when you can use it to blend with. Just start going around coloring things. Color up your things you need to color. Here we go. Night and Navy is what's called our neutral collection. So in other words, it just goes with anything because it's a nice dark blue. So then the reason I had to color it is I can't put a white, well, I could put a white snowflake on a white box, but you don't want to put a white snowflake on a white box because there's no contrast. I'm always talking about contrast. You want to add different colors so that your projects contrast with each other. Now we go. So I had to follow along my own project. I had to go, oh, I just saw what I did before. This kind of glue, you really have to, this is cool glue. It's called all-purpose glue, Tombow, but you really have to hold it, I've noticed. Like, it's not like, you know, other kinds of glue where you don't have to hold it there. You got to hold it there for a second or it'll fall off. Once you hold it and you move your hand away, it's like concrete. It dries very quickly, but you got to hold it there for a minute or it falls off. So anyway, now we're done. Let me wipe my hands on my pants. All right. So there, we put the snowflake on the front, and there are our two boxes. So now you know start to finish how to create this really fun treat project. Let me keep saying hi and open up projects from last time and kind of work my way through what we made in this series now, because I didn't get to do that today. I mean, last video, like I said, I was at my sink. We did all that spritzing, and I didn't get to show you what was in all the boxes. So I'm filling a needle nose bottle with the green glue. Yeah. Okay, she's filling a needle nose bottle with the green glue. Okay, that's a good idea. We actually have those needle nose bottles of glue. It's called fine tip glue pen. I'm not sure if we still sell them. I had trouble with it, but this one's as fine tip as I need it to be for now, but you can use a little toothpick when you need to get it smaller. Hey, Janet. Jen saying, sorry, I'm late, story of my life. Okay. Yeah, handmade, not Hallmark. Perfection not required. But that's still perfection, even it's crafty. Perfection in its imperfection. Hi, Terry. Hi, Judy. Yeah, no mistakes in crafting, Judy. Just a new way to do it. A little snowflake sticker would be cute on the knot. Yes, a little snowflake sticker. And there's also, okay, so we're getting back to you guys in a minute. We'll get back to anything I missed. And let's just now go through. What I want to go through right now is this series ending with what's in those boxes. I had to write it down again. All right, here's my series. Don't mind my scratchy notes. In the first one, we did tags. In the first part of Giving Gifts series, I just want to go through, in case you missed the series, go back and watch it. I showed how to make these tags. We used, here, let's make some room. We used the Giving Gifts dies, some red velvet paper, the silver metallic cardstock pack, black glittered organdy ribbon, white glittered organdy ribbon, and Tailor Made Tags dies. So that's what we made in part 1 of this series. Part 2 of this series, we made the Santa Treat boxes. just like the ones we made today. In fact, the technique was the same as you learned today. We put Ghirardelli chocolates in them. The measurements were a little different. We used a window sheet, and so we used a window sheet, so you can do that. But you're going to use tear and tape with the window sheet. Try not to use glue. You're going to use glue dots behind the little reindeer. Okay, I'm glad you like the red velvet paper, Jen. Okay, we use craft on the bottom or white. Okay, so, and we use some ribbon I put in your kits. Old olive, I believe. That might be some retired ribbon. All right, well, number 3, box in a bag. Oh, that was fun. Box in a bag. We taught you how to make a box in a bag. And we used the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper. Okay, go back and watch these if you don't know how to make your box in a bag. And you can resize that and make different boxes in a bag. Number 4 was mini note card project. Mini note card project, and I did something different since then with my boxes I had left over, because I've been using up the note cards separately, but I still have mini note card sets. This would be simple, and then I have like the envelopes to match. In this one, we learned the baby wipe technique. The baby wipe technique is how to change the color of your ink and everything. So I decorated the boxes, and these are little acetate card boxes, which are in your kit. We used a little acorn trinket. But then what I did with the other boxes since then is, and this kind of relates to the next project, is I put some nuggets in them. So this is another idea for your acetate card boxes, which you probably didn't see because I didn't have this done last time. So that's another idea for your acetate card boxes. And then we did a nugget box. Number 5, nugget box. Nugget box. I already gave the other ones away that I made, but this is the nugget box. I have one left. So you put your pumpkins, and it holds, I hope I don't have too much blue on my hands right now. I'm rubbing it on my t-shirt. All right. Hopefully you can see how these cute little nuggets that fit in there. This is a little tight fit, but cute little box. I made it exactly the right size to hold 2 nuggets. All right, then we did spritzing, and then 7 was the snowflake box. So spritzing, let's open all these up, see what's in them, okay? This is a mini paper pumpkin box, a little acorn trinket, Tailor Made Tags dies, leaves from the Giving Gifts dies. That's these leaves here. Okay, these leaves are great. Cut out a bunch of leaves. I cut them out in crushed curry. I cut them out in crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and Cajun craze to match the box. I added some bling to the box. And bling meaning little rhinestones around. Okay, and here's a card. You can put the card inside. Some crafty goodness. These are little dimensional stickers. Let's see what else. Peanut M&Ms. I'm just showing you all this stuff. This is just ideas for gift giving. These little 3 Musketeers with great messages on them again. And because it was purple already, I put a little purple lipstick pen in there with it. Some mini Tic Tacs, and then some little leaves. You just use little leaves instead of filler for your boxes. When you're doing something fall, I put some leaves in there. Some green tea. Okay, so that's an idea. Let's see what else. This one is a craft box. Do I sell those dies? Yes, Jen. You can please look at my link in the description, and you can get a kit or a deluxe kit, or you can get, actually just, I think at this point I'm just doing the kits. I might have 1 or 2 kits left, but anyway, I'm already done. I'm moving on to Eden's Garden, but the Stampin' Up sells them. So go to my store. It's better you go to my store and you get them right from my store because they get mailed right to you. So yes, Stampin' Up sells the dies. This is Stampin' Up. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in the U.S. So if you're in the U.S., you can get all this stuff from me. Everything I demonstrate, well, not everything, but most of the things I demonstrated from Stampin' Up. There's a little acorn trinket that was in your kit. These were on the clearance recently. Yeah, Giving Gifts dies, they're called. It's, in fact, I put down the link in the description, and the product number should be there. So you put some little cards in there. What's nice about this is you can make them shine through the box, see? Like it shines through the front of the craft box. This was the spritzing one we did, the spritzing video, and some more candies. Okay, now I'm going to show you the winter boxes. Okay, these are all the winter boxes that we spritzed. And by the way, I have these, just to remind you that I did a paper pumpkin 20-something projects, 23 maybe. 23 projects you can make with your paper pumpkin kits. And in there, I showed you what was in these boxes. Oops, one of my rhinestones fell off. But anyway, that's another video on my channel. So if you want to play around with the Peaceful Christmas paper pumpkin kit, that's the same box here. So you can just really transform a box. Oh, I know the reason I had that out. See, I stamped right onto the box is what I was showing. That's another technique. Just like I did here, I stamped onto the box. But look at the difference between a white box and one that we spritzed. That's why I grabbed it out, because I wanted to compare the white box to the ones we spritzed. All right, so now you just take this little ribbon off. It's easier when you slip it back on. I made it kind of loose so I could slip it back on. And let's see what's in here. Okay, in here we have the little Christmas theme going. I could find candy canes. I couldn't find all Christmas candy yet. A notepad, a notebook, and with a pen. I was just going for the blue look. So this pen is a lipstick pen. Let me see. Right, to go with the notebook. I like to put those in my gifts sometimes. They're just really fun. Okay, mini Mentos, mini Tic Tacs, just little candies, okay? Let's see what else we have. Okay, we'll open this. This is a mini paper pumpkin box. It was in your kit. Little snowflake ornament thing. I think I got that from Michael's. More encouraging Three Musketeers bars with little encouraging notes. Little candies, candy cane. Okay, I was going for the blue looking theme. So this is a mini pizza box. Mini pizza boxes are now retired. But I do put them in my kits. I try to give you retired stuff in my kits. This just as extra little gifts or early bird special or just a little freebie. But you know what you can still get. Oops. You can still get. Let me try to shut that. I won't shut it. I'll shut it later. You can still get these ones. These are called mini paper pumpkin boxes. You just can't get the mini. I don't know what's in here. I'm just going to open it up myself. You just can't get the mini pizza boxes. So if you like something, right, get it while you see. If you see something you like, get it. I found out that there's already going to be new packaging in the January catalog, which new little boxes that go with Valentine's Suite. That's all I can say. I can't show them to you yet. This is just something fun. These are little Santa hats for your beer bottles or your wine bottles or whatever. You just put them on your little beer bottles. So, or just put them around to decorate with. Their little felt things. And then my card, my business card. This is my website. Oh wait, there's my website. I don't have much in there right now in my Etsy except for my mom's aprons, but I have my Stampin' Up store, my scan and cut courses. That's my business card. This is a box. This is some glitter. It's called Subtle Shimmer Sequins. And here's a spritzer. This is just a crafty box. I probably should have put the. Yeah, maybe I will. I have some little dimensionals somewhere. I might put them in here with this crafty box. This is a Stampin' Spot. Pacific Point color Stampin' Spot and an eraser. So this is just a box of crafty goodness, which I might add some little adhesives to. All right, what else do we have? Let's see. We have this box. Okay, this one is a snowflake ornament. Okay, with you put the little grass underneath it. So that's what's in this box. And you saw what was in these. We just put candy in them, and I don't think these have anything in them. But there are some ideas for you. So don't say, what should I get for people? Oh, there we go. That's the one I was going to put in with the crafty box. There you go. That's going in the crafty box. Don't ever say, I don't know what to give people. What should I put in my boxes? Put lip balm, put tea, put Ghirardellis. Just put whatever you want in the boxes. Don't get hung up on what to put in the boxes. Just make your boxes and the gifts will come. That's what I do. Well, sometimes I make a box to specifically fit things like this. I made this box to specifically fit the Ghirardellis. But in most cases, I like these, I decorate first, and then I find, stuff to put in them when I'm out and about all the time looking for things. Or else I have gifts like I already have, and then I go, oh, that'll fit nicely in that box. So I'm glad you like all the ideas, and thank you, Judy. Yes, these will make wonderful stocking stuffers. Thanks, Barbara. And Deb said, yet another awesome crafty project from Wonder Woman. Oh, that's so sweet. And yeah, lip balm tubes. She used the box in a bag for lip balm tubes. Okay, lip balm tubes. I wonder what lip balm tube is. You mean just a lip balm would fit in here. Or yeah, maybe even those little lip balm, those I don't know what a lip balm tube is, but those little round lip balms that you get, they might fit in there too. The little round ones that like snap open. And just get stuff from the Dollar Tree. It's not about what you give, it's how you package it that makes people feel sweet and nice, okay? Well, thank you all for watching. Thanks, Yvonne. Jen. Oh, yeah, like chapstick. Okay, is what she's saying. Jeanne. Nice to see you all today. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you soon for part 8 of Giving Gifts Workshop series. That's all for now. This is the Papered Chef.